Can you believe we're done with the summer? This is crazy. Let's get it. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Yelizaveta and today we're doing our monthly wrap up for the books. And this month, July, I finished pretty strong. I finished 8 books total. Some of them are super thick, some of them are thin. All kind of different genres, and I'm ready to tell you all about it. My worst books, my best books on the month, my personal recommendations, and yeah, let's talk about all the books that I finished in July. So we started this month very strong because I finally started the most famous series all over the world, and I feel like everybody and their mother read this book and begged me to do the same, and I cannot believe this book specifically has been sitting on my shelf for 4.5 months because I was so scared to start it. So without further ado, your girl started officially Fourth Wing in Period series by Rebecca Yarros. And this month I finished 2 books. Fourth Wing, which is the first book, and Iron Flame, which is the second book in the series. And can I just say, for anybody who's out there have not read this book or scared to read any book that's a little bit overwhelming when it comes to the size of it, because I'm not gonna lie to you, I saw this book, I was like, oh hell no, because I knew it's gonna probably take me like a week or two, and I was not ready. Because fantasy books, if you know anything about fantasy, you are very much have to get used to world building, very complicated process of keeping up with so many different names, keeping up with a plot. It's gonna be a lot of characters, a lot of things happening at once, and the author sometimes doesn't spend a lot of time over explaining. It kind of goes with the story and you just gotta keep up. Unfortunately, that's just the truth. But towards the end of the book, you usually understand the whole picture. But Fourth Wing was my very first fantasy after I finished reading Harry Potter, which was earlier this year. I have not read any fantasy after that. I've read thrillers, romance, even fiction, but this specifically, absolutely not. I was scared. That's why it's been on my shelf for 4.5 months. But let me tell you something. As soon as I picked up this book, and I even decided to record it on Instagram for fun, and I didn't expect my videos to go viral or anybody to like my reactions, because I was genuinely just sharing my opinion because it was so complicated at first. I finished, devoured this book in 2 days. 2 days. I've read books smaller than this, and it would take me usually like 3 days, 4 days. If it's too complicated, maybe a week. This one, 2 days. And I remember specifically, I was sitting on this couch right there, and for 2 days, I did not leave my house. I would be in the same pajamas. I would barely get up and eat, and I literally the next day had an event to go to with my boyfriend. It was a very important event, and I put a really nice dress on, did my makeup, and I continue reading this book, the last couple of chapters. If you know, you know, on this couch wearing a very uncomfortable teeny tiny tight dress just to understand what's going on. And I remember I couldn't even eat, I couldn't do anything, I couldn't think of anything else but this book. It's something about reading a certain book or certain movie, like remember back in the day, Twilight, Harry Potter, all these movies that will leave you on the edge of your seat, and you will want to know more, see more, get another part of the movie ASAP, because you need to know what's going on. You're so in this world that you forget that you live in this reality. So that's how I felt about Fourth Wing, and I rated it 5 stars. Easy 5 stars. Absolutely love this book. Absolutely obsessed. For somebody who have not read any fantasy and to start with Fourth Wing, I feel like it's a very good book for a beginner. I think so far. I also thought about starting Akatar, which there'll be a separate vlog, and I'm still deciding on doing it, but I decided why not start with that. And let me tell you, the characters, the chemistry, the plot, the academy, it was giving you a little bit of Hunger Games, but with dragons. If you like Hunger Games, if you like Divergent, if you like all these different movies out there with a more modern / young look, and not this old school Game of Thrones, House of Dragon, but still having the same elements, same characters, this is the book for you. I love reading about dragons. I love reading about competitiveness, government, world building. So everything that you think about House of Dragon, but in the academy, this is it. This is literally same plot, but with an academy with different castles, different kingdoms, different roles, wars, revolutions going on. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. If you finish this book, you know exactly what type of revolution I'm talking about. But absolutely obsessed, 10 out of 10. I recommend absolutely everybody to read this book. And the only thing that was unfortunate for me, because at the time I didn't care about the series, I just wanted to get the book and read it. And if I didn't like it, you know, it is what it is. At least I have the book. I bought the paperback, which I hate the fact that I bought paperback because I wanted the hardcover with sprayed edges, that gold one. I'm gonna put a picture somewhere here. That's the one I wanted, but unfortunately they only had this in Barnes & Noble, so it's no sprayed edges, just paperback. But I feel like it was very convenient to read in a paperback because with the cover, you're gonna be struggling. Speaking about the cover, your girl ran literally after maybe 48 hours. I was recording everything on Instagram. I went to Barnes & Noble and found the last copy of Iron Flame. They're completely sold out in the city where I live. In Target, Barnes & Noble, Walmart, every single store you can think of that has a book section, they were completely sold out. So it took me 2-3 days to finally get the copy, the very last one at Barnes & Noble. One of the ladies that was helping me out, she had to go all the way to the back and get me this book. It did not have sprayed edges. I don't know, I feel like I have such a bad luck when it comes to special editions. Like, they will have the most basic copy and then the special edition will be sold out. And by the time I'm coming back and I already have this book, they have special edition. I don't know why I have this luck, and specifically with this series. So, Iron Flame. Now, Iron Flame is a little bit more overwhelming. Not a little bit, it's very overwhelming because the size is significant. So this is the Fourth Wing. This is Iron Flame. Iron Flame is thicker, it's bigger, it's more complicated because this one, I will say, it's not as interactive at first as the first book, just because you're more focused on world building, war. You learn more things about different kingdoms, different aspects of war that we're in this book. And yeah, it takes you a minute. I'm not gonna lie to you. This book took me a minute. It was the longest time I've read a book, probably like about a week or two. But I will say I love this book. I love different characters. I know a lot of people say the second book is not the best one. A lot of people want to skip it, but you can't skip it because it explains you so much stuff that you did not learn in the first book. And on top of it, if you're going to read Onyx Storm, you need to know everything from the second book. You're going to meet a lot of different characters, different schools, different students. It will be sad. It will be heartbreaking. People continue to die. I'm so sorry, but you need to know that people continue to die here. It's devastating. It's literally like Game of Thrones. You start liking somebody, boom, they're dead. It's prepare to cry, prepare to be devastated. But I'm absolutely obsessed with the cover. So they have a really nice map here. I still don't understand anything about it. I feel like I like looking at the maps when I first opened the book and I'm like, oh my gosh, and then I never open it again. I never use it. I'm so sorry. I never use it. I never understand it, but it's all right. So Iron Flame, I rated, what was my rating? I feel like 4 stars out of 5. It wasn't 5 stars, but it was 4 stars because it was a lot of different things that I could not understand. Like literally I had to use ChatGPT. Try this. Use ChatGPT to explain to you different things about this book because half of the things they were mentioning, I was like, what are you talking about? Where is this coming from? But I will say that a lot of things that you will not like in this book, that you will feel like are so unfair, like you want revenge, you want some kind of like, I don't know, like stand up for yourself. Because in this book, a lot of things will be unfair. And in this book, a lot of things will make sense to you because you will get your revenge. You will get your revenge. That's all I'm gonna say. And I loved it. You gotta stick with this book. You gotta read it from the beginning till the end. Also, I do recommend doing it with audiobook. So the very first book, I read it myself in 2 days with no audiobook. And the second one, a lot of people recommended me to do Audible, the dramatic adaptation. Oh my gosh, guys. First of all, every single character has their own voices. You have special effects, you have music, you have background noise, you have war zone noises. It's mind-blowing, absolutely mind-blowing. And this book, I only got through it because of the Audible, because there are a lot of things where I'm like, I'm reading and I don't understand what I'm reading. Does that make sense? I don't know. I'm bilingual, so I'm reading, but I don't know what I'm talking about, you know? So I was doing audiobook along with the book, and then plus during the day when I will be doing the dishes or doing the laundry, I would listen in my headphones to the book and it made complete sense to me, you know? So I do recommend listening to audiobook along with the second book because it is more complicated than the first one, but you will love it. Now, long story short, I finished 2 out of 3 that are currently out by Rebecca Yarros. As you can tell, I do not have the third book, and that's because I made it my mission of my life, that my last book will be special edition, it will be hardcover, and I'm not settling for anything else. And guess what? For the past 2.5 weeks that I've been shopping around, going to different stores, including me and my boyfriend, we could never find it. We can't find it. One time I found special edition for Onyx Storm. That day I couldn't buy it because I was in a rush to go somewhere. So I was like, oh, I'll just come back. I came back, that book was sold. I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not gonna stop until I find the special edition in hardcover, and I will be getting the third book and reading it and recording on YouTube so you guys can keep up with my journey. And I believe this November, Rebecca Young's coming up with another book, which is not the fourth book in the Empyrean series, but another separate book about how each writer got with their dragons. Because in this specific book, each dragon has to bond with their writer, so each writer has their own story on why the dragon chose them. How did this happen? What was the communication like? What exactly stand out to this dragon about this character? So each character has their own story, and it will be another book that I'll be purchasing, so stay tuned. But yeah, Empyrean series, 2 books out of 3. I would rate both of them 4.5 stars, almost 5. Absolutely recommend it. Please, please, please read it if you didn't, and check out the audiobooks for that. My very next book is actually 3 books in that it's not series, it's standalone books, but it is by the same author. My one and only, my very favorite one when it comes to thrillers, Freida McFadden. I'm obsessed with this author because she introduced me to the world of thrillers, plot twists, drama, and I feel like everybody who read The Housemaid can back me up. Everybody was sold. Absolutely sold after that book. And I finished Housemaid 1, Housemaid 2, and Housemaid 3. And I feel like I spoke about this book in my previous book video, so I don't have to start my video with that. But we're gonna be talking about her other 3 books. And I bought 3 most popular books by her. And I'm gonna give you my honest opinion. And like I said, that's just my opinion. Just because I don't like it, doesn't mean you wouldn't like it. So just take what I tell you. And I still recommend you to buy all these books and have your own opinion, because maybe you will love it, you know? The very first book that I got by her is Dear Debbie. And can I just say, I was dying to buy this book. First of all, because the plot really sold me. It kind of reminded me of Desperate Housewives, which is the show that I'm watching right now for the very first time at 23, which is crazy because I feel like everybody watched that show. And only now in 2026, I finally got the courage to give it a chance, and I'm obsessed. So I decided, I was in such big mode for Desperate Housewives, so I needed a book that kind of matched the vibe. And this is the book that I've got, and so many people recommended it. So many people told me it's crazy plot twist. So I did not like it. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not like it. So the story is basically about Debbie. She's a housewife. She's in her 30s or 40s. She does like a newspaper column. Kind of reminds me of Carrie in Sex and the City. She has her own column in a newspaper with giving relationship advice, marriage advice, garden advice, housewife advice, whatever it is. But she's also struggling on the background with her kids' relationship. She's struggling with her husband who might be cheating. She's struggling with just finding who she is because she loses her job. All she cares about is her garden. Her husband is always somewhere. Her kids don't care about her. So she's dealing with a lot of stuff. So this book is literally about this journey, how she tries to fix her life while still giving advices to other women. And half of her advices are pretty scary because she gives them instructions like, oh, if your husband cheats, do this and that, cut this, do this, poison. Like, she mentions crazy stuff, which kind of will have you a little bit like, what are you talking about? But it's okay. I did like the vibe of this book. I like the plot. The story did sell me, but it did not deliver. It didn't. The beginning of the book started good, and then towards the middle, I couldn't wait to get it over with. I couldn't wait because I was like, okay, maybe it's okay right now, but maybe the ending will have me speechless and it will be the best book ever, because that happened to me before. It can be slow and kind of in the middle, and then towards the end, chef's kiss. It was not. I'm so sorry. It was not. 3 stars. 3 stars. Like I said, that's just my humble opinion. You can let me know in the comments your rating, your personal opinion. But I'm a strong believer in buying books and going into them blindly. I don't do this whole, because my favorite YouTuber or my favorite person told me they don't like this book, I'm not gonna buy it. No. Still buy the book and have your own opinion. Because I know a lot of people who buy books that are not as popular, and they already have this mindset of like, oh, I've heard it's not the best book in the series, so I'm already prepared to be disappointed. You can't go into books like that. You can't do that. You have to go into it blindly, clean as ever, with the most virgin mindset. I'm so sorry. I know it sounds crazy. With the most virgin mindset you can, and give it a chance. And that's how I went into this book. I know a lot of people loved it. I didn't, so 3 stars. You can read it, let me know what was your opinion, but for me it was 3 stars. Next book by her was very popular, is Never Lie. I feel like everybody says to me that Housemaid is the second best book by her, and The Never Lie is her first best book ever of her whole entire life. I don't agree. I don't agree, no. I bought this book, right? I read the back. It reminded me a little bit of Housemaid / Verity, because you have this house full of secrets. There's some tapes in the basement that you're watching. So let me actually explain this book. So it's about a couple. They are looking for a house, their dream house. They just got married maybe 2 months ago, and they're in a rush to get their dream home. They finally find their dream home. However, it belonged to a very famous psychiatrist that went missing. A lot of people assume that she was murdered or something happened to her, so nobody knows. But one day they get stuck in this house during a little tour because it was snowing or raining, whatever. And the wife accidentally found the tapes of the sessions that the therapist recorded with their clients. So she goes over those tapes. She learns more about the therapist, the sessions, the clients, and she finds out a lot of different crazy aspects and understands that half of the customers and clients of that therapist were batshit crazy. Like, I mean crazy, absolutely insane crazy, with a lot of trauma, a lot of hate, a lot of anger. And she learns more and more about those clients. She learns more about the therapist. And then towards the end, she finds the awful truth about what actually went down in this house and what actually happened to this therapist. Can I just say the story was so strong and it sold me so quick. I loved the beginning. It was so strong. Towards the middle, I kind of got a little bit bored with, I don't want to spoil it for her, because like I said, in this video, there'll be no spoilers. But the whole story of the therapist with a couple of her clients, it got a little bit like, okay, why are we going back and forth? Why are we like, I don't know. There are some characters that I didn't like them. They didn't deliver, they were bored. I couldn't wait to finish it, but I did finish, actually. I'll just say it. I finished this book in less than 24 hours. I know it's crazy because somebody will say, oh, you finished book in 24 hours and you didn't like it. Yes, I didn't like it. It happens, believe it or not. You can read the book super fast and not like it, because me, I cannot get it. Like, I'm in the mindset where like, okay, I can't wait to get over with you because I need to see if you're going to deliver towards the end. And the ending, it was way too toxic for me. That's like my reason. I gave it 3 stars also because of the ending. It was such a toxic ending and I was not satisfied with it. Like, I read it and I was like, what did I just read? What was the point of this? Like the plot twist, not gonna lie to you, the plot twist will hit you. It will hit you in your gut. The plot twist was crazy, but the ending was too toxic. Argue with your mother, not me. It was too toxic, 3 stars. Now, the last book by Freida McFadden is her brand new book that just got released 2 weeks ago. The Divorce. Can I just say, as soon as I saw an Instagram post by Barnes & Noble that they just got this book in, I ran. But funny thing is that Barnes & Noble has a Barnes & Noble edition, which is like orangey. It kind of reminds you of Housemaid color, the second part. And I did not like this color. I'm so sorry. I like the pink. I think this cover is so much nicer. It's more original and more like, it stands out more to me. So I actually went to Target to get this book, and it was the last copy because everybody bought this book. And this was actually one of her, not the most thick book, but it was thick for her. Like, Freida McFadden is known for her really small, teeny tiny books. Like, look at this size. And this one was bigger. This one was bigger. I'm sorry. And I devoured this book. I absolutely love this book. I'm obsessed with this book. I loved it. After I finished it, I've seen a lot of people saying like, oh, that was her worst book. Have you read the book? I think this is my second favorite. The Housemaid series and The Divorce is my second favorite. I know that there are still a lot of books by Freida McFadden like The Tenant, Ward D, what else? Inmate. The Boyfriend is the book I really want to read. All these books that I will be reading soon, but so far I'm just judging on the books that I've bought. So far, this is my second best book by her. I love this book. I love the plot. So this book is actually, let me tell you a little bit about it. So it sold me so quick. It is about Naomi. Naomi is the main character. She was a wife to, I forgot his name, gosh. Whatever his name is, the husband. They were married, they had one child, and then one day he chooses to leave her and date one of his like young colleagues. I don't know who she was. He started dating a girl who was 10 or 11 years younger than him. She was in her 20s. Naomi's in her 40s. So he leaves her, leaves Naomi with nothing. No money, no car, no home. Like, he takes everything from her. He even took her child from her. So he left her with nothing. And the main story is that she's becoming so obsessed with an idea of fixing it, of getting her husband back, that she starts stalking him and his new mistress. Like stalking. Like, she becomes obsessed with them. And she, through the time, learns a very hard and toxic truth about who her husband chose. Like, she understands that she's not just dealing with an average girl. She's dealing with somebody much more scarier than she thinks she is. So she learns more about the mistress. She starts stalking them. And now she's debating whether or not she should actually go for her husband and give them a go, because now she's scared that she won't be able to. And the whole story is basically wrapped up around that, of her trying to get her family back, and at the same time, mistress showing the true colors. So it's a lot of different plot twists. I will say, this book will have you speechless. I'm sorry, it will have you speechless. You will think that this character is the bad guy. In the reality, it's not. It's not. That's all I'm gonna say. So please, please, please buy this book. I feel like this book is also great for any young girl, woman out there. I feel like if you're a woman, any age, teenager, young adult, or in your 30s or 40s, you need to read this book. It teaches you a lot about marriages. It teaches you a lot about how we lose ourselves in marriage, in relationships, and then, you know, when a man leaves you, you basically left with nothing. And you dive deep into the perception of the wife, like you so much in her head. You learn a lot of different lessons, and also you're gonna have the husband's POV and his opinion about their marriage, and you will learn a lot. I'm not gonna lie to you, it made me think a lot about my life and just different choices I make. So definitely recommend it. I rated it personally 5 stars. I'm sorry, 5 stars. 5 stars. Obsessed, devoured it. I finished this book in 3 days. Loved it, loved it, loved it. This was my best book by her this month. Absolutely recommend. My next book was actually your guys' pick. So on Instagram, after I finished Fourth Wing series, after I finished Freida McFadden, I asked everybody to vote on my Instagram page for the next book that I should read. And I posted 10 most popular books right now in the United States. And everybody picked and begged me to start reading The Deal. Oh my gosh. First of all, can we look at the cover? I know a lot of people don't like buying books with the cover of the show or a movie. They like their original covers. But first of all, I've never bought a cover that is not original. But this time when I saw the show cover, I was like, I need to get it. Immediately, yes. I'm obsessed with the cover. I loved it. It's so chic. It's so, I love it. 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 So everybody voted, and I started reading Off-Campus series. So I only got book 1 to give it a go and see if I like it, because I don't know why, but lately I've been very cautious about the series. I try not to buy the whole series, because what if I don't like it? So as you guessed, that was 5 stars. 5 stars. I loved this book. It gave me such a good vibe. I absolutely adored it. The love story, the plot, the characters. Can we talk about this book? Is not only about love, it's about friendships, it's about relationships, it's about trauma. Like, actually also check out your trigger warnings. It does have a couple of traumas, couple of very interesting hurtful events, so just be aware, look up your trigger warnings. But I absolutely love this book. There's not one thing I would have changed about this book. Not one. It was amazing from the beginning till the end. I fell in love with every single character. I fell in love with the story. This book literally had me sitting on the couch, jiggling my feet, listening to Taylor Swift, and just dreaming. And no offense to Taylor Swift, I love Taylor Swift, but I only listen to Taylor Swift when I'm in a good mood. Does that make sense? When I'm like in a very happy mood, I listen to Taylor Swift. When I'm in love, I'm listening to Taylor Swift. So this book got me listening to Taylor Swift the whole entire time. Absolutely love it. Garrett, Hannah, Love it. So this is the series. This is based on Off-Campus Series by L. Kennedy. It's a total of 5 books, which is The Deal. The next one is The Mistake, The Score, The Goal, and The Legacy. So my boyfriend actually just bought me The Mistake, which is the second book, and The Score, the third book. So I'm super excited. I will be recording my journey with the rest of the series and telling you all about it. But this is amazing. So it is about group of guys and group of girls, and each guy and each girl has their own love story. So this book specifically focuses on Hannah and Garrett. So she's this smart girl. She works as a waitress. She does music. She has an amazing voice. Just amazing. And Garrett, who is failing one of his classes, and he's asking her to tutor him. But at the same time, Hannah is having a crush on one of the guys at school, and she cannot get him at all. She's so shy and so awkward. And he decides to make the deal to help her out, to get the guy, to make him jealous so he can, you know, go to Hannah and be in love with her, and for Garrett to get the benefit of passing his class. So they pretend it's fake dating. It's friends to lovers. It's amazing, absolutely amazing. Everything about this book is just amazing. I know a lot of people said to me that, oh, the book was released such a long time ago, like I believe like years ago it was released. So a lot of people said to me, oh, it's not relatable, it's cheesy. It's not. I loved about this book the fact that a lot of things that I thought was gonna happen did not happen. You know how sometimes in the book they kind of drag the process of, oh, you know, they're in a fight, she's upset with him, he's gonna chase her. No, like the author delivered over and over again. It didn't drag anything. It didn't make you wait. It delivered you straight away. There's a lot of good communication. There's a lot of trauma resolving. It's just the communication between two of them is immaculate. So absolutely read it. That was 5 stars for me. I'm obsessed, and I've already seen the show. So if you want to see my reaction to the Off-Campus Series show that I feel like everybody knows about the show, it's on Prime Video. You can check it out on my YouTube. I already posted an hour-long video of me watching the episodes, and I obsessed. If you did not watch the show, please start reading the books first and then watch the show, because your experience will be so much better. So that's a 5 stars for me. Absolutely yes. Buy the whole series and read it. My very next book is the only sad, devastating book that I have this month, and it is 1,000 Boy Kisses. Don't let the cover fool you. I know the cover looks like a unicorn. It's such a cute cover. I will say the cover is probably the prettiest cover I've seen so far. And it's just so, like, even like, listen, 1 kiss lasts a moment, but 1,000 kisses can last a lifetime. Listen, I cried through this book a few times. Really, like, cried real tears, because it was devastating, like, actually devastating. And I don't want to talk too much, but for me, that was 4 stars, which is a very good rating, because I will tell you in my next video everything that I liked, everything I disliked, and what was said about it. But in this video, I will say it was 4 stars for me. I absolutely loved it. This book is about 1 boy, 1 girl. So Rune, the boy, he's from Norway. He moves to America when he was 4, and they moved to Georgia. In Georgia, he lives next to a family, American family, and they have a girl who's the same age as Rune, and her name is Poppy. She lives right next to him. They end up being friends, childhood friends, love each other, whatever. And then throughout the teenage years, they start falling in love with each other. However, when Rune was 15, 16, his family needs to go back to Norway because of his family's job. So he needs to leave his American life behind, leave Poppy behind, and yeah, just start again from the beginning in Norway. So obviously Poppy is devastated. He's devastated because they're so in love. And then I believe 2 or 3 years later, he comes back to Georgia, and he finds out the hard truth of why Poppy decided to break contact with him. Because as soon as he moved to Norway, she stopped talking to him, stopped calling him, stopped texting him. And once he comes back to America, he learns a very harsh truth why she stopped talking to him and why she decided not to be in his life anymore. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. I personally know people who refuse to read this book because it's devastating, but I will say read this book. Read this book. And just wait for my next video reading vlog for all of my top set books, and you will learn so much more stuff about this book, and I promise you, you will buy it and you will read it. So this was 4 out of 5 stars. Yes, I absolutely recommend it. And very last book is actually the book that is also part of the series that I've started earlier this year, and I'm absolutely obsessed, and it's the second book in the series, Twisted Games. Oh my gosh. So I read Twisted Love, actually, I believe 2 months ago. And I know a lot of people say, oh, it's the worst book in the series. No, it wasn't. I loved Twisted Love. I absolutely loved. Yes, it was crazy because of the plot twist, because of the storyline, because of this whole mafia / killing, murder, drama, mystery. But I loved it because there was a lot of love. There was a lot of spicy scenes. I loved it. So I purchased the second book. And the second book, if nobody read the series, it is about 4 girls and 4 guys. And each book is about their relationship, similar to Off Campus, but it's very different. So in the first book, it was Twisted Love about Ava and Alex. She was Asian girl living in DC. He was Alex Volkov, obsessed. He's Russian / Ukrainian, badass billionaire, so obsessed with her. I love their love story. Now this one is about Ava's best friend, and her name is Bridget. She's a princess, and it's the story of her and her bodyguard named Riss Larson, whatever. Riss Larson. Oh my gosh, he's so fine. He's so fine. Absolutely love this book. And what I love the most is that in each book you get to see characters from the other book. So everybody from the first book was in this book, and it felt like coming back home. It felt like your family is back together, because the relationship of Ava and Alex also was shown in this book, and I absolutely devoured this book. Loved it, absolutely obsessed. I feel like it's more fast-paced than the first one, because in the first one, you're getting introduced to the characters, their stories. So the second book, I absolutely finished it like this. Loved it, obsessed with it. The story of Bridget and Riss, everything about that. It's unforbidden love, enemies to lovers, everything that you think of. The spice is there, relationship is there. If you like Princess Diaries, like the movie with Anne Hathaway, this is what it is. This is literally what it is. I was thinking about watching both movies, Princess Diaries, today, because I just finished this book and I'm in this vibe of like princesses. So yeah. If you like Princess Diaries, you would absolutely love this book, and you have to read it in order. This is not a book that you can just read by itself. You need to get all the series, which I'm going to put a list right here. Twisted Love, Twisted Games, Twisted Hate, and Twisted Lies. I just actually got a gift from my boyfriend. He got me special edition, collector's edition, of Twisted Hate with pictures and very nice sprayed edges. And I will be starting that book very soon, so stay tuned. But this one, 5 stars. Absolutely read it. Recommendation 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10. I'm so sorry. My English is getting worse because I'm bilingual, and sometimes when I'm talking too much in English, my battery is running low, because I need to stop. I need to chill out. I keep acting like I'm American. I'm not. My English has a battery. Okay. So we just finished. This was the last book out of all. Those are 8 books that I finished, and honestly, can I just say, I feel like that was the best month for me since I started reading. And the craziest part is I just got introduced to reading this past November when I started rereading Harry Potter. Not rereading, I watched the movies, but I never read the books. And ever since, I decided to start going to Barnes & Noble and explore new other books that I've never read. And I've only been reading for a couple of months, and this is literally my best month because so many books were 5 stars. So many books were so different. Books that I've never thought I will like, and I liked. A lot of books that are out of my comfort zone, and this is my another recommendation. Start reading books out of your comfort zone. You will have such a different experience, and honestly, I was so proud of myself because, wow. For me to finish 8 books of so many different genres like this, proud of myself. But yeah, this will be it for today. That was my short, maybe long, I don't know how long this video will be, my July wrap up. And I'm absolutely obsessed with this month. That was such a great month. And stay tuned because we're coming very, very strong for August, because I believe I have a total of 10 books on my TBR right now. And then after I'm done with those books, I'm allowed to finally get unbanned from Barnes & Noble and go shopping. And my birthday is also coming up this fall, so I'm so excited, so obsessed. Stay tuned. We're gonna go shopping, go crazy, because this month I need to finish my whole TBR so we can go on a crazy shopping haul. So yeah, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.